Welcome to Touring with the Candidates, sponsored by the Santa Barbara League of Women Voters Education Fund. Each of the two candidates for 3rd District Santa Barbara County Supervisor will have up to 15 minutes to take you on a tour of his or her district. The itinerary and commentary is up to each candidate. The program is filmed and produced by Nimmer. Let's watch the first candidate.
Well, hello there.
Hi.
And you are?
I'm Steve Pappas. I'm running for 3rd District County Supervisor.
And how are you doing today?
Really good, thank you. I thought we'd start today by explaining to the audience how I got started. A lot of people are asking me, why are you running for supervisor? How did you get involved with the community? And it really started with this farm. This is called the Montanaro Farm, which is about 20 acres, as you can see, currently beautifully restored to its original form from actually it was 1887. So to make a long story short, the way I did get involved is I was out front of my house and I live across the street. A neighbor came up to me, kind of frantic. She said to me, "Do you know what's going on at the corner church?" I said no. She said there was some big meeting happening and they're talking about putting some super high density development on this farm.
Like over there?
Yeah, over here, this entire farm, and specifically 2/3 of it from the back side up to 2/3 forward. She was not quite sure of the details, but what she did say is this meeting was going on now, and she asked if I knew about it, and that was the most disturbing thing because I said I don't know anything about it. And she said, well, I've been asking other neighbors and they don't know anything about it. I think we need to get over there and find out what's going on. So we went door to door and we gathered every neighbor along the way and we all ran up to the church and we walked in. We were shocked at what we saw. What we saw was a meeting going on with what we later found out was the developer and members of the county, the planning commission and other parts of the county process. Up on the overhead screen was a bunch of super high density condominiums on what used to be the farm. The meeting was over and I said to everybody in the room, if we don't get organized, this is going to happen. And what we did 5 days later, we formed Preservation of Los Olivos, and from there my involvement in the community has not stopped. Because the community got organized and got involved, at the end of the day we saved this beautiful farm. So we're leaving the farm now and we're coming on to Grand Avenue and we'll turn left here. This will take us right into downtown Los Olivos and we're about a half a mile from downtown. As we approach the town, of course you'll continue to see that the farm's the centerpiece of the town and how important it was to save it. And as we get toward the town, again you'll see the flagpole in the middle. And that's right in the middle of the downtown segment. When we get down here, I think what we'll do is stop at Petros Restaurant, where my 18-year-old son is a busboy, and we'll surprise him. We'll walk in and say hi.
Okay, we're recording.
So here we are, downtown Los Olivos, and we're at the Petros Restaurant. And this is where my 18-year-old son, Max, works. He's a busser. He's also a senior at the San Ynez High School, so I thought we'd go in and say hi.
Let's surprise him.
Let's surprise him. So, oh, he's come out. He saw us coming. This is Max. This is my son, Max.
Why don't you get in the shade here? Good. So, Max, how are you today?
Very good.
Are you working right now?
Yes.
Okay, so we won't keep you very long. We don't want you to get fired.
Okay.
Do they know you're coming out here?
Yeah, they know I'm coming.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just checking in.
Good food here?
Yes, very good food.
All right.
Highly recommended.
Very good. So Max, senior in high school, is on the varsity tennis team, working here part-time. Dad's gonna let him go because he's gonna get in trouble. He's gotta go help the people. Yeah.
Nice to see you, Max.
Bye, Max. Funny. So now we're at the Lavinia Campbell Park. And this is again in the core of Los Olivos. You can see how many people are enjoying the park. This park was slated to actually become part of the commercial development, and a commercial building was going to go on top of it. So POLO, which is Preservation of Los Olivos, when I was on the board, the group of us made it a quest, and we actually accomplished it, to save this park. We actually went up and we met with Lavinia Campbell, who was alive at the time, and we collectively raised the money to buy the park from her, and now Preservation of Los Olivos owns the park and maintains it for the enjoyment of the entire public. So now we're at the Los Olivos School, and I served on the school board here from 2004 through 2008. I was president in 2008, and Los Olivos School is actually a kindergarten through 8th grade, and there's a charter school called Olive Grove Charter, which is part of the school district. So as the board member and as president of the board, we oversaw both the elementary, kindergarten through 8th grade, and we oversaw the charter school, which is all the way up through senior high school. So quite a wide spread of students that we were taking care of and making sure their educational needs were met. When I was on the board, I experienced being part of a 5-member team where no one board member could stand alone and accomplish only their goals. So I really cut my teeth with public service being on this board. And working with the other 5 board members was very educational. It really taught me how to find happy compromise and how to find solutions where there were diverse opinions and diverse thought processes on how we should run the school. But it was a great experience. I sought and achieved consensus on several key issues, and I never compromised my core beliefs while doing so. I led the board to adopt a resolution, and this is very important, that insisted on a no deficit spending balanced budget, and we achieved that. And what I want to do is bring that same type of fiscal discipline to the county. So here we are in downtown Los Olivos, and this is Grand Avenue. And over here is where my wife and I have our business office. And what we do, we have a company called Employers Advocate Service. What we do for that service is cost-contained workman's compensation claims. So employers hire us to get involved in their claims when a claim is filed by an employee. Our objective is very simple. We want the process and the system to work the way it was intended. So if the employee is legitimately injured, then what we want to do is get him back to work as soon as possible, get them off the program, get them the help they need, get them the doctor care they need, and get them back to be productive. Also, we have a situation where we have several times where a claim is fraudulent and someone's just trying to use the system, file a claim so they can get free disability benefits. We identify that situation and we turn that into the insurance company so that that is dealt with by them and that process stops. So again, the intent is to make sure that the system, the workman's compensation system, works the way it was intended. Help those who are legitimately injured and expose those who are trying to use the system and abuse it. So why don't we go over and go into the office and I'll show you where we all work. So here we are in our quaint office, and over here is where Joni sits. And then this is my wife, Lori. She runs the day-to-day operation. Then we come over here, we have April. And then this is where I sit when I'm in the office. So we're one big happy family. We also have 2 employees that work from home. We've accommodated their schedules. They have children. One has 5, just had a new one. Her name's Ernestine. She knows who I'm talking about, a few months ago. So we've been able to work out a schedule for her so she can be home with her children and still be productive with her office. And then Susanna, she works at home, and she also has actually a teenage daughter, and she likes to have her schedule very flexible, and so we've accommodated her to be working at home. So we have 2 work at home employees, and then we have 3 that are here, full time, then my wife, myself. So as a small business owner, and I have been a small business for over 20 years, one of the greatest responsibilities you have is to meet a payroll every week, and my wife and I have done that. We understand and have learned to adapt to, the ever-changing business environment, the economy, and to make sure, our company continues to not just survive, but thrive and grow. And we have successfully been able to do that. I run my business and my wife with the spirit of inspiring motivation. This is very important because our employees are happy employees and they want to work here. And we inspire that motivation and we earn their respect and trust. And that's why they've all been with us for 7, 8, 10, and actually one employee for almost 18 years now. So we're proud to have them as our group, and we're proud to be a very successful small business working right out here of Los Olivos, California. By the way, it's Sunday, so we're filming this on a Sunday. That's why there's nobody in the office. Let's go to the next stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So here we are at the historic Maddie's Tavern in Los Olivos. You can see by the sign up here, built in 1886, famous stagecoach stop to grab a meal and continue over the hills. About 4 years ago, somebody bought this tavern, and they've been trying to refurbish it for the last 4.5 years. They came to the community, they talked about what they would like to do. They worked with the community, embraced them on what they wanted to see here. But unfortunately, due to county bureaucracy and politics, what has happened now is the restaurant has gone out of business and it's closed, and we still don't have any planned future for this tavern. So take a look through the window. I think it's very important for people to understand that we can't have this happen. We can't have another Miramar, which is where this is headed. If you look in here, this used to be full of dining room tables, thriving, people having fun, having dinner, and now it's just an empty room and the place is closed. I think if you quickly look over here, you can see the whole historic route sign. It's very cool.
Is this a historic building?
Actually, this is a historic building. The people that own this building now voluntarily made it a historical landmark, so that's fantastic. But again, here we are, closed, because somehow the county couldn't find a way to work with the owners so that this would never happen. So I wanted to end my segment by showing the audience this beautiful panoramic view of the San Ynez Valley. And as you can see, it's worth, for me, it's worth the last 9 years that I've invested trying to save it and preserve it. The Montanero Farm, there it is again. This is, we're on the back side of it. You can see how it's the centerpiece of the town. And what I'm so proud of is the community effort that we've made, that we continue to make, and all different community organizations in the whole county. I applaud them. Be involved, fight for what you believe, and become part of the future of the county. So I want to thank you for sharing your time with me, and you can go to my website to find out more about me at stevepappas.org. And thank you again.
Okay, well, good luck to you, Steve.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Larry Nimmer, the producer cameraman of Touring with the Candidates. Let's now watch the second tour. Well, hello there.
Hi.
And you are?
I'm Doreen Farr, 3rd District County Supervisor, running for re-election. Welcome to my wonderful district. We're here in Solvang, in the heart of the 3rd District, and that district now stretches from UCSB to the border with San Luis Obispo County. So I'm looking forward to showing you some of it and talking about the issues that I'm hearing from people in my community.
Okay, well, thanks, Doreen.
Thank you.
Okay, Doreen, where are we?
Well, we're traveling on Highway 154. We're beginning our tour of the 3rd District, or at least a part of it. We're going to be going by Lake Cachuma and hopefully stopping, and then stopping at another point on Highway 154. We're going to circle down into the Santa Barbara, Goleta area, and then go up the Gaviota Coast, which is of course in the 3rd District, and then circle back around through the cities of Buellton and Solvang in the 3rd District, and we will have completed our loop. As you know, the 3rd District is the largest geographically in the county, and so we just don't have enough time to go to all parts of it, which are all equally wonderful. UCSB and Isla Vista, Goleta, the unincorporated areas of Vandenberg Village, and Mission Hills and Mesa Oaks outside the city of Lompoc, as well as the communities of Casmalia, Tanglewood, and the city of Guadalupe, and all the resources that they have up there. But I'm very excited to be able to show you this part of it, and so thank you for being along today.
Okay, well, it's beautiful as usual, and let's hope we miss the rain. It's been raining off and on.
Well, here we are at beautiful Lake Cachuma, one of the jewels in our county. And I and my staff have worked very hard with county park staff to really maximize the visitor serving uses that we have here. So we have added cabins. There were already yurts here. And also, I think just recently that we have allowed kayaks and canoes on the lake for the first time. And that has been a wonderful amenity to add, and I've heard from many people in my district and throughout the county about how pleased they are that they can now get out on the lake in a canoe or in a kayak. Of course, most importantly, Lake Cachuma provides drinking water for the south coast, the entire south coast, and one of the things that I did in improving safety on Highway 154 was to lead the effort to ban the carrying of hazardous materials in addition to hazardous waste by any vehicle that's traveling on Highway 154. So that is not allowed now. They do need to stay on Highway 101 because of course the road goes right along the edge of the lake, and if there would be a spill into the lake, it could be absolutely catastrophic. So I'm very proud that I accomplished that for the people of the county and of the 3rd District. And now we'll move along and we'll see another part of the beautiful 3rd District.
Okay, let's go.
And here we are on Highway 154 on the San Ynez Valley side. Of course, Highway 154 is a major route throughout Santa Barbara County. It's very heavily used by commuters and by tourists and by people just passing through for the day. So there have been a lot of accidents, a lot of concerns from people on both sides of the hill, so to speak, from the San Ynez Valley and from the south coast side, particularly to do with the large truck traffic on the road. There have been a fair number of accidents. Unfortunately, there have been some fatalities, including a terrible one where a gravel truck lost control and killed a family of 3 on the Santa Barbara side of the road. So that galvanized some of us to form a subcommittee from the Santa Barbara County Association of Governments, made up of myself, Supervisor Wolf, and the Mayor of Solvang, Jim Richardson, as well as a council member from Goleta, Roger Aceves, and members of SBCAG and Caltrans and CHP staff to talk about what efforts we could do to make this road safer. So a number of the things that have occurred are Caltrans has improved the safety of the roadway through additional paving, striping, and the rumble strips to make sure that people stay on their side of the road. The CHP has increased enforcement and has gotten some extra grants to do additional enforcement for both driving under the influence as well as truck inspections, large truck inspections. And then we have also been successful in getting signage put on both ends of the roadway where it intersects with Highway 101 to discourage truck traffic from using the road. So we are going to be monitoring those measures. We're going to be seeing how effective they are. And like I said previously, we also were successful in banning any vehicles that carry hazardous materials besides hazardous waste from using this roadway at all. They all need to stay on Highway 101, which is much safer, wider, and has more lanes for passing. So this has been a very important project for me during my term of office because I live in the San Ynez Valley and I drive this roadway all the time. I know how dangerous it can be, and so I'm very proud of the efforts I and the subcommittee have made to make this road safer for everybody who needs to use it. So here we have an example of some of the improvements I was just talking about on Highway 154. You can see this new striping and the rumble strip down the middle to really keep people in their own lane. And of course this is particularly important because this road is used not only for all kinds of vehicles, but also bicycles are allowed on this road. And you can see how narrow these bike lanes are. In fact, sometimes they kind of narrow down to nothing. So it's really important that everybody be very safe when they drive this road, that they be paying attention, that they not be distracted on the phone or texting, so that we can really make sure that people don't get hurt when they're driving here. Well, here we are on the Gaviota Coast, an area that is stunningly beautiful, has a wide variety of uses, and it's been named, I think, one of the hotspots of biodiversity on the entire planet. So a lot of resources here to protect. My district now has more miles of California coastline than probably any other in the entire state, starting at UCSB and going all the way up to the Guadalupe Dunes State Park that we have here, which is a county park by the city of Guadalupe at the border with San Luis Obispo County. As you can see, we have beautiful agricultural land here that supports cattle, that supports all kinds of ranching and farming and crops. and protection of that agricultural land, both throughout the county and my district, and particularly here in the coastal zone, is a really high priority for me. And of course, as you can see, we have this incredible coastline here with great scenic beauty that is not only of great interest and concern and enjoyment for the people in my district, but the entire county and really the entire state. People look to this area as one of the last undeveloped areas of California coastline, and also, as I said before, all of the resources that are here to protect all of the species, animal species and plant species, the marine environment, water quality issues, all come together here on the Gaviota Coast. So I'm extremely proud to represent this area for the people of Santa Barbara County. Well, here we are on the outskirts of Buellton, looking at the beautiful Santa Ynez River. And of course, the whole watershed for the Santa Ynez River, most of it is in the 3rd District, some of it's in the 4th District. One of the exciting things that the city of Buellton is looking at is expanding their recreational opportunities and perhaps trying to build a trail along the river here that people could utilize throughout the city boundaries. Recreational issues in my district are something that my constituents talk about a lot. We're always looking for more opportunities for trails, for park space. The libraries really need assistance. I know that the Solvang Library has an expansion project. The Buellton Library would also like to find some other larger location. And you know, I help as much as I can and assist with county government and county resources and county staffing. But of course, one of the main issues that we're facing now is that we simply don't have enough funds to do everything that we want to do. County government has been so impacted by the downturn in the economy and the fact that our property tax, our sales tax, and our transient occupancy tax have not risen at the rates that they had in the past. They're starting to slowly climb again, but not enough. And so, of course, we have to make very tough decisions. We've had to do that the last few years. We've had to continue to right-size government and eliminate positions, at the same time protecting those vital services that the people in our county really need and depend on. So whether it's public safety, our sheriffs and fire department, our district attorney, the probation department, or whether it's social services, public health, social services, alcohol, drug, and mental health services, we are always looking for ways that we can make sure that we can continue to provide those vital services. And of course, we have wonderful parks. We saw Kachuma earlier, but the county has wonderful park and recreational spaces, as well as those in the city. And I know that we will be able to find other ways to find resources and grant money so that we can expand those recreational opportunities that the people in our community want and that visitors enjoy as well. So that's my job, to be a strong advocate for my district in all the ways that I can, and I really enjoy working with the cities in my district, Guadalupe, Buellton, Solvang, and Goleta, to help meet their needs in all ways. And here we are now in beautiful downtown Solvang. Everybody loves coming here, locals and visitors alike. And as we know, both the agricultural industry and tourism are the big economic drivers in Santa Barbara County. And Solvang is doing really well, and we are so proud of them. They have hosted the Amgen Tour, other bicycle events, as has the city of Buellton. The shopkeepers and the hoteliers are always coming up with new ways that they can benefit the local community and the visitors that we have here. Of course, we had a wonderful centennial event last year that brought in people from all over the world, besides the Amgen Tour. As I said before, you know, the county has had to close large budget gaps the last few years. We have done that. We have done it through smart budget decisions, cutting in the areas that didn't hurt the local community through the provision of services, but clearly we need to concentrate on economic development and job creation. And so I'm very proud that Solvang and Buellton and the parts of my community are leaders in that area and continue to provide wonderful service for the people that live here and for visitors. Well, here we are in this very historic area with the San Ynez Mission and the property that's now owned by the Trust for Historic Preservation, which is actually right across the street from where we started our tour at my Solvang office. And when I was elected, one of my first goals was to make county government more transparent, accessible, and responsive to the people of the 3rd District. And so reopening the Solvang office was one of the ways that I have done that. I have also done outreach into all the various communities that I have. So whether it's office hours in the Veterans Hall in Guadalupe or in the Vandenberg Village Library, or sitting at the farmers markets in Goleta and Solvang, or out on the sidewalk by a coffee shop in Isla Vista. These are all ways that I have worked hard to reach out into the community and to cultivate the community's input on issues of concern to them. And this has been a wonderful way for me to hear what's on people's minds so that I can take actions and vote in the way that my constituents want. There are so many projects that we've talked about that I've completed or that are still ongoing, and I'm really hoping that I have earned the right by the electorate of the 3rd District to have another 4-year term so that I can continue to make county government work better for people in so many ways. For more information, you can go to my website, which is www.doreenfarforsupervisor.com. And as always, I welcome people's emails, calls, and letters, and I'm happy to come out and speak to your group. Thank you very much.
And good luck to you, Doreen.
Thank you.
You have been watching Touring with the Candidates, sponsored by the League of Women Voters Education Fund and produced by Larry Nimmer. In addition to programs like this, we sponsor forums, and we also offer information online at our website, www.smartvoter.org. All candidates are invited to present their information online at our website. We hope you have enjoyed this program. Remember that you can also vote by mail. For the League of Women Voters, I'm Irene Stone, and we'll see you next time.